On today's docket, my review of the Super Mario movie, which I fell asleep for most of it. The Summer I Turned Pretty begins filming soon for their new movie. Kim Kardashian has a dress that is going on auction for millions of dollars at the moment, and I cannot believe people are actually paying that much money for a dress. Benson Boone is not taking any more rest. He's going back on tour for the third year in a row. Two of the internet's favorite blondes are going to Vegas for one night only. Khloe Kardashian's ex, Lamar Odom, has a documentary on Netflix. And which new venture has Cardi B jumped into? Hello. You're currently on the phone with Kacey K. Yep, that's me. Good morning, afternoon, night, evening, whatever, everybody. How are you? I'm Kacey. Welcome to On the Phone with Kacey K. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe to this. And if you're listening anywhere else, thank you for that as well. I know a lot of you, it seems like you like to listen more to podcasts, which is fine. But if you want to listen on YouTube as well, I would highly appreciate it. Plus, you get to see all my stuff, all my things. We're actually doing a show and tell today because I got something in the mail. Also, sorry if it sounds nasally. I don't know what I have, but it's almost gone and it's only been a day. So I credit that to my Grüns vitamins. This is not sponsored, but I truly love these vitamins. Fun fact, or I guess financial fact, I don't know how they're getting away with this, but maybe I shouldn't say because I don't want to jinx myself by them upping the price. At Sam's Club, you can get these for 30 bucks. On Amazon, they're $60. So I really don't understand where the price discrepancy is coming from here. But if you're interested in these vitamins, get them at Sam's Club. Also, you can get a Sam's Club membership for like 15 bucks. Sam's Club, I feel like they're encroaching on Costco's territory, which is fine because I love Costco, but sometimes it's like ridiculous. I guess we went to the biggest one in the world on a Saturday. So you have to take that how it is. People were waiting in line for $1.50 hot dog and drink. Like it was madness. It was chaos. Kids everywhere, people everywhere, carts everywhere. I went out to just take the car outside because I didn't want to wait in line for a hot dog. I wasn't getting one, mind you. The person I was with was waiting 20 minutes for it wasn't even a hot dog. It was like mint ice cream, and he didn't even eat it all because he didn't like it very much. So I went to take the cart outside and come back in, and they're like, you have to go around to the entrance. I'm like, I'm going to the food court. They're like, you have to go to the entrance. I'm like, this is ridiculous. People come here just for the food court. Why would you? In my mind, I'm like, Sam's Club would never. They would never make me do this. Anyway, we went across the street afterwards to Sam's Club. Much less busy, might I say, but clean, had tons of stuff, lots of good deals. Their food court, they sell poppy drinks, just so much easier. And Sam's Club self-checkout is the best self-checkout in the entire world. And I will die on that hill. But you can also do scan and go as you're shopping. So like you put something in your cart, you scan it, and then once you're done, you just push pay, and then you walk out the door. And they have these like machines that can tell everything that's in your cart and what you bought. It's so much easier. Anyway, Costco's fine. Too many people. There were so many people, like an obnoxious amount of people. And if I see one more free food sample stand, I might just go crazy. They are in the way. Also, while we're on this subject, um, I understand that people, sometimes you're sick, sometimes, there are people that are disabled. There are all kinds of things that could happen. So sometimes having your groceries delivered is necessary. I understand. If you can walk, if you are in physical health, if you are capable, go in and please buy your own groceries. I am so tired of scooting around these carts that are like 7 stories tall of people fulfilling online orders for people who are too lazy just to come in the store. Please, I beg of you, please just go and buy your own stuff. It has gotten out of hand. They almost need like different warehouses just full of everything they have in the stores for people who want to order online because it's making it so inconvenient for people in store shopping. Me. And people are like, well, why don't you do the delivery thing? I don't want people picking out my groceries. Sorry. You know what? You know how you can just pick up a bag of chips and tell that a lot of them are broken? Or maybe like a can of chicken is dented. You're like, I don't want that one. I especially don't want someone picking out like my meat and my fruit and vegetables. No, that's not gonna happen. Plus, like I always like look for the longest expiration date, and I guarantee you other people aren't doing that. Sorry, this wasn't planned to talk about, but I was getting so annoyed with all these people and all these carts and all these free food stands in the way. Anyway, rant over. First world problem. I understand. I went to a midnight movie the other day, and I haven't been to a midnight premiere in so long. I remember going to midnight premieres when you had to wait in line. The last one I remember doing that to was to New Moon, I think. Was it New Moon or Eclipse? I think it was Eclipse. We waited all day long, and it was like summertime. And that was back when you didn't reserve seats. Isn't that weird thing that you didn't used to reserve seats in movie theaters? I think about that a lot. Like you could just walk in and the movie theater, I mean, not so much nowadays, but could be completely full. So you like wouldn't have a spot to sit. And I'm like, that would stress me out. Like, and then you just like walk in and you used to like choose where you wanted to sit. You're like, oh, should we go over there? Yeah. Like, that's not how it is anymore. So I much appreciate the picking your seat thing because you don't have to wait in line, first of all. But anyway, we don't really have midnight movies anymore, midnight premieres. So it was kind of fun. We went to Super Mario. We went to the little date night seats, like I always tell you guys about. Apparently, they have those at the District Megaplex also if you're wanting to go. I know if you're not from Utah, you won't know where any of these things I'm talking about are, but people seem to have a hard time driving to Daybreak in Utah. They think it's so far away. It's really not that bad. But if you don't want to drive that far out, you can go to the Megaplex of the District in South Jordan and go to your date night seats. They're just so nice. You just have your own little cubby. Like you just like feel like you're there alone in this big giant theater. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to have to go see it again because first of all it was midnight. I went home right after work and took a nap, and I slept for like 4 hours probably. But I just whatever this nasal thing is, it really got me down because I had to come home today and take a nap, and I took a really nice bath, so that helped a lot. But yeah, I could not stay awake, and I was trying so hard. I was doing really well at first, and I was like, no, I can't do it. I'm not even gonna fight it. I really truly am not gonna try and fight it. So I think I missed probably a quarter of it, I would say. So I really want to go back, but it's not getting the best reviews, which I don't really follow critics' reviews, but I like to see the audience reviews. Apparently, it got worse reviews than the first one. I don't know why. From what I saw, the movie was good. It's like I don't know what people are expecting, like an extremely well written, Oscar worthy storyline. I mean, this is a movie based on a video game about plumber brothers that fight mushrooms and a giant turtle thing. Like I don't understand what people are wanting from this, but just a lot of there's a lot of nostalgia, a lot of like good throwbacks and the sound effects and everything. Yeah, it has 43%. Oh, this is the first one. No, this is the second one. The Super Mario Galaxy movie. 43%. Oh, okay. See, here we go. Here we go. My point exactly. This is the critics' reviews. There are 110 critics' reviews, and there's 43%. It's 92% for the popcorn review, which is the audience score. There's over 500 of those. So this is why I don't like when people look too much into reviews only done by critics, because clearly the audience is enjoying it. Let's see. Critics reviews, 1 out of 5. David Jenkins, Little White Lies is the title of it. What's most disappointing is that the raw talent is all there. Every single person involved here can be proud of having made quality, soulful, intelligent work. Do I have to log into? Oh, the name of his thing is Little White Lies. No, I just want to, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, here we go. Helen O'Hara, 2 out of 5. The moments of fan service might keep the hardcore happy, but for everyone else over the age of 5, it's just a succession of loud, bright things happening without any real point. It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. I don't think we need to like make it anything more than just that. It's just a fun thing. George Simpson, the Daily Express UK, 2 out of 5. The Super Mario Galaxy movie isn't really a movie. It's more of a collection of loosely connected shorts with whiz-popping multicolored bangs and blasts across the Mushroom Kingdom into space. I mean, I don't know. Then let's read some of the audience reviews. Audience says, Mamma mia, Nintendo nostalgia hits again. The Super Mario Galaxy movie delivering Easter eggs, joyful wonder, and spirited cast that makes this an instant replay. So, take that as you will. I mean, it's fairly obvious that the critics didn't like it, but apparently they want it to be more than just a thing of bright colors and loud noises. I'm like, this is a movie. This is a cartoon movie about superhero brothers. Anyway, from what I saw, I loved it. I loved Rosalina, that she's played by the wonderful Brie Larson. I actually saw Brie Larson break up over Mario. Okay, so she didn't break up. It says Brie Larson famously kicked her first boyfriend, out of her house because he criticized her for taking Super Mario Galaxy too seriously while she was trying to beat the final boss. I wonder if this was like when she was really little, because I can't imagine that. I mean, I guess it could happen now. But anyway, now she's playing Rosalina, which I think is funny. Anyway, if you're just wanting to go and have a fun night at the theater, this is a great movie to go see. It's just happy, it's bright, it's nostalgic, especially if you like Mario, Nintendo, whatever. I highly recommend it. Don't go into it thinking too much about it. It's not that big of a deal. If you want to be a critic on Letterboxd, go right ahead. But I just recommend going to the theater and having a great time, enjoying the atmosphere, the popcorn, the treats. I'm not condoning this behavior, but I'm also not condemning it. If you want to bring your own treats in, go right ahead. I mean, I always bring my own poppy in, and usually an Alani. But for the most part, I have that giant popcorn bucket that I get. Like, it's like for $3. I know this is wasteful, but it's popcorn. I don't need that giant thing full of popcorn, so I will actually either tell them to not fill it up all the way, or I'll dump most of it in the trash before I go in the movie theater, because first of all, I can't stop myself, especially with salty popcorn, salty things in general. So I'm like, I'm just gonna eliminate the problem, and I'm gonna dump most of this in the trash. But yeah, and a lot of theaters nowadays have really good food. Like Cinemark has Pizza Hut pizza, which is delicious. The date night seats at Megaplex has really good food, really good tavern fries, which we like a lot. Chicken strips are good. The sliders are delicious. Like, they have a lot of good options. Fat Cats also brings you food. It's also very good. A lot of theaters have ice cream. The milkshakes at Megaplex are delicious. I don't know, just like if you haven't gone to the theater in a while and you kind of are getting the inkling to or want to, like, don't just go to the movie. Like, go and make it an experience. I know it can be expensive. I understand that. But go like once a month at least. Go and just like get snacks and just have a good time. A lot of people are saying this movie has no storyline. Again, I can't really say much because I didn't see most of it. I didn't see a lot of it. Take that as you will. From what I saw, the storyline is pretty clear. It's Bowser's son trying to get Bowser out of prison and then get vengeance on him. So, I mean, that's basically a storyline of itself. But from me to you, I recommend this movie. Another movie I haven't seen yet, but I'm going to see tomorrow, is the drama with Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. This is the kickoff of her first 5 movies this year. I want to know. Let's see. I want to name all of them. So she has the drama, she has the Odyssey, she has Spider-Man, and she has Dune. I'm missing one. Which one am I missing? I'm missing one. She also has Euphoria, which that's not a movie, but it's coming out next week. Comes out the 12th, I think. Now they have released more footage of the third season of Euphoria, and it looks a mess, honestly. But I can't wait. I know I kind of bash on this show, but it's going to be an interesting watch, that's for sure. Everyone's going in very different directions. Okay, so I'm thinking of just Euphoria. So she has 5 projects coming out, is what I'm thinking. So the startup is the drama, which comes out tomorrow from when I'm recording this, and we have tickets to go see that. Anyway, back to Euphoria. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. It's the end of the day and my Adderall's worn off. So, plus I'm a little under the weather. What is her name? Maddie. So apparently Maddie is going to be the photographer, videographer for Cassie's OnlyFans project. Apparently Zendaya is in trouble, aka Rue, with the law, and looks like the cartel also for smuggling drugs. Eric Dane is still in this. We've seen clips of him in it. It's one of his last projects he did. I didn't see much of Jules, who is Hunter Schafer, but I guess we'll see. Ahmad Apatow, who is Lexi. She's probably the most normal character on this entire show. She is in it. I don't know if they're going to all have their own storylines, or if they're all going to mesh, or it's going to be like, like a group of people has one storyline, and like one person has their own, and then 2 people have, what I mean? I don't know if it's like that. But we'll see. We can't expect too much from this, but anyway, the drama apparently has some drama around it, and I haven't. Apparently, it's been leaked, like whatever the drama is. One of the movie reviewer that I watched, Grace Randolph, she won't even review the movie because she said there was a topic in this movie that was done so poorly that she doesn't even feel comfortable reviewing it. So that is interesting. This movie, let's see, has a 7.5 on IMDb, but it says a happily engaged couple is put at the test when an unexpected turn sends their wedding week off the rails. Yeah, it's got Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, which Robert Pattinson just said that after the press tour for this movie, he will begin filming Batman. Like sometime next week, he said, or I guess this week when you're listening to this. So that's good. I didn't realize that he was going to do any more Batmans. Alana Haim is in this. She's from the Haim sisters. And that is all I really know from this cast of the drama, but I will let you know what my thoughts are. But let's see Robert Pattinson upcoming. He's in he's in three of the movies that Zendaya is in this year. He is in The Odyssey, he is in Dune Part 3 and the drama. And apparently with Dune Part 3, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I heard it somewhere and it said Robert was like, "Hey Zendaya, when are you gonna get me on one of those like Dune movies with you?" And she's like, "I can like ask if I can ask for you." And I guess she asked the director, and he's like, oh, "Okay, yeah." That's like how he got the job. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. I'm not gonna look it up, but I think that's so funny. Like, this is kind of like I don't know, like, "Hey, my friend wants to come over today. Like, can he come over and play?" Like, yeah, sure. Like, that's just kind of how it is. But like, he's a good actor, so like, it works. But it's like one of the biggest movies in the whole year. I did hear though that Marvel is thinking of moving Avengers Doomsday up one week, and people are like, "Yeah, I knew you'd back down. I knew you'd be cowards about this." But I'm kind of curious. Like, apparently, there's only so many IMAX screens in the universe. Apparently, there's only so many IMAX screens in the country. There's only like one true IMAX screen. I think that's in New York. And so, with big movies like this, they want them shown on the biggest, best screens possible. And when you have two of the biggest movies, probably of all time, currently at this moment, it's going to be hard to get on IMAX screens. So I think that's one of the reasons Avengers is wanting to move. I think it's kind of a bad look. It makes it look like you're not so sure of yourself. But from what I've seen, more people seem to be interested in Avengers Doomsday than Dune. Dune is very good, and I was trying to tell someone about it the other day, and they're like, "It looks really boring." I'm like, "Well, it kind of is. It kind of is very boring, but it's shot very well. The sound is very good. The actors are really good, but it is a very, very slow movie franchise, and I'm pretty sure that the storyline from Star Wars is just basically a ripoff of Dune. Like Dune was first. Let me see. Is Star Wars a ripoff of Dune? Okay, he's trying to humble me. Calling it a ripoff might be a bit strong, but similarities are so deep that even Frank Herbert, the author of Dune, famously joked that George Lucas owed him a dinner. So apparently it's like they're not mad about it. It's like more of a joke thing. While Lucas has cited many inspiration for Star Wars, like Flash Gordon's samurai films, The Hidden Fortress, and Joseph Campbell's Hero's Journey, he has been notably quiet about Dune despite the glaring parallels. Key similarities: Arrakis versus Tatooine. I don't know which of those belong to. I think Arrakis is Dune. The most obvious borrow is the setting. Both stories feature a desolate desert planet on the edge of a galactic empire that serves as a starting point for a young hero's journey. Moisture farming. In Star Wars, Luke's family uses vapor vaporators. Why is this so hard to say? To pull water from the air. In Dune, the Fremen use wind traps for the exact same purpose. Spice. In Dune, spice melang is a most valuable substance in the universe, essential for space travel and expanding consciousness. In Star Wars, spice is a dangerous mind substance like a Kessel Run, though it's less essential to the plot. Sandworms. Dune is famous for its giant sandworms. Star Wars features the Sarlacc pit and large desert Kyrat dragons and a literal giant skeleton of one in A New Hope. What else is there? Power and mysticism. The Voice versus the Force. The Bene Gesserit in Dune use the Voice to mind control others. This is nearly identical to the Jedi mind trick. The Chosen One, both Paul Atreides. I don't know how to say these names. How do you guys read these? How do you guys read these books? Paul Atreides and Anakin Luke Skywalker are chosen ones with wow, I feel like this is so stupid. Messianic destinies involving ancient prophecies and elite mystical orders. Bene Gesserit versus Jedi. Empire versus Imperium. Both feature a stagnant, multi-planet empire ruled by an emperor with an elite, feared military force. Sardaukar versus Stormtroopers. Okay, Dune's names are so much harder to read than this one. Frank Herbert's reaction. Herbert was very aware of the overlaps. He once claimed there was a 16 points of identity between his books and the movie. He even formed a mock organization called the We're Too Big to Sue George Lucas Club with other sci-fi authors who felt Lucas had borrowed their ideas. Wow, must have been pretty blatant if they had a group called We're Too Big to Sue George Lucas. Anyway, that being said, I have never seen Star Wars, and I really have no desire to see Star Wars. I'm gonna be honest with you. It just wasn't a genre that my family really cared about growing up, so I never watched it. Also, it just seems really long. I understand when people say like they don't want to start like Marvel's movies or like a TV show with tons of seasons because it's overwhelming. This is how I feel. Now that doesn't mean I'll never see the movie, but it means that I don't have any desire to right now. Anyway, that being said, Dune is pretty good, very slow, very it's more I think supposed to be artistic than anything, more than like say like a action-packed Marvel movie. You know what I mean? I bet they could make it more action-packed, but they want it to be more of a storyline, more of a score type movie, you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, so what's next on my list? I got an A24 membership. Speaking of the drama, that A24 is who made the drama. And I forget a lot how many movies A24 has actually made. So I just want to go over some of the movies they have made, and then I will go over the A24 membership because it's actually a pretty good membership, honestly. Pretty good for what you get. Okay, so I said, can you name the top 10 to 15 most popular A24 movies? And it categorized them into different segments. So the first section is the heavy hitters. Marty Supreme, that's the most current one versus, well, not the most current one, but it was in December. It's A24's highest grossing film of all time, 175 million plus, starring Timothy Chalamet as a professional ping pong player. That movie was good, but I don't see myself watching it again. If I do, it's only for Gwyneth Paltrow. So that's that. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now I hear a lot this is many people's favorite movies of all time. It says the former record holder and a cultural phenomenon that won 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Civil War, no, this is not Marvel's. This is the one with, was Kirsten Dunst in this? I know her husband was. It's nothing like, it's not, I want to say Iron Man. Captain America. A massive commercial success that sparked an intense national conversation with its gritty near-future premise. Number 4, Materialist. Now, this movie, it was just a disappointment. I'm just going to be honest. I was so let down with this movie. Celine Song's follow-up to Past Lives feature an A-list cast, Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal, Chris Evans, that propelled it past the $100 million mark. Now, in this movie, what they talk about is like a very good topic to be aware of and like have conversations about and everything, but it was not marketed like that at all. It was in the same category as, why did I just forget the Blake Lively movie? What is it called? Why did I forget that movie? Oh my gosh. That movie, like the one with the huge lawsuit. Hang on. It Ends With Us. That movie. It's kind of how they were like, come to the movie theater, come with your girlfriends, like do all this, like a rom-com. That's like how the commercials made it seem. And it was not like that. That being said, Dakota Johnson's hair in this movie was fantastic. I also love her. I also am so tired of them picking true love over financial stability. So that's just that. In this economy, take the money. And number 5 in this category, Talk to Me. I think this is the one with the hand, isn't it? This Australian supernatural horror became a viral sensation and remains one of the studio's most profitable films relative to its budget. I want to see if this is. Oh, I don't like the pictures of this. I don't like this. No. Yeah, this is the one with the hand. When a group of friends discovers how to conjure spirits using an embalmed hand, they become hooked on the new thrill until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces. Yep, I will quickly get off this page because I don't want the darkness to come into this room right now. Okay, now the next category, the critical and cultural icons. This movie I hate. I do not understand the hype of this movie at all. Hereditary, 2018. I remember seeing this in theaters and it took me weeks, if not months, to get over that scene. And you know exactly what scene I'm talking about. Often cited as the film that refined modern elevated horror and put director Ari Aster on the map. This movie was filmed entirely, I'm pretty sure entirely in Park City. If you watch this movie and you see the scene where they're at the grocery store, it's not really a grocery store. That's the outside of the filming studio in Park City. So one across the street from it's right off the exit, but it's across the street from the hospital. It's that movie film. I'm like, that is not a grocery store, first of all, and that is the film studio. Can't fool me. Moonlight. This one was the one that won the Oscar that one year. In 2016, it says the studio's first Best Picture winner, renowned for its beautiful cinematography and emotional depth. Okay, now we have Lady Bird. This one is one I want to watch, but I just have never got around to it, and I don't know why. This is the one I think that put Saoirse Ronan on the map, kind of. I think this was around the time of also Little Women, which she was also in. Pretty sure she was in that. Quintessential coming-of-age story that solidified Greta Gerwig as a top-tier directorial talent. Greta Gerwig, if you're unsure who that is, she is the one that directed Barbie, which should have won for Best Picture. Uncut Gems, aka The First Marty Supreme. This is the one with Adam Sandler in it, and it's basically a movie about everything going wrong. This guy just trying to get to he's trying to get to this. How do I phrase this? There's a goal or whatever this guy wants to get to, and trying to get to that goal, stuff keeps happening, and he keeps like causing more problems, and then trying to fix that problem with this, and causing more problems, and then trying to fix that problem with this problem, and it just goes on and on and on. Basically, Marty Supreme. But this one's about the jewelry industry, and this is one the Adam Sandler, he was not like a goofy, like he was goofy, but he was like a very serious role for him. And I feel like he should have won for this. And this is also not another movie I'll watch again, but this is the one with where I first was introduced to Julia Fox. And this is the one where this is the viral sound. She's like, yes, that's how Josh Safdie found me for Uncut Gems. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But like, if you're not sure, just TikTok it, Google it. That's kind of where I started seeing her from, was that movie. And Ex Machina, this one, I remember seeing this everywhere. This was like, um, is it Alicia Vikander who's in this? Yes, it is. This is like the first I remember seeing of her, who I actually absolutely love her. This one, if you're not sure, this movie is a young programmer is selected to participate in a groundbreaking experiment in synthetic intelligence. I think they would refer to that as artificial intelligence nowadays, by evaluating the human qualities of a highly advanced humanoid AI. This one reminds me, I mean, it obviously came out before this song came out, but 365 by Katy Perry. This music video gives this movie, because Katy Perry is a robot in that. Who is in this? Alicia Vikander, Domhnall Gleeson. Is he the one that was in Opalite, the music video? Yes. Yes, he was. Let's see. Yes, Taylor Swift's Opalite music video. And he's in that new show right now called The Paper or something. What is it called? What is it called? Yeah, The Paper. I was right. It's kind of like a spin-off of The Office. It has Oscar Isaac in it. I did not know he was in this. Other than that, I don't know anyone else in this movie, but I remember it being very, very popular. And you can watch it on HBO if you're curious. Okay, now the last category is fan favorites and recent hits. Now, Midsummer is one I also have not watched, but I've heard it's very scary. This one I hear a lot of people love, but I have not watched it. This is, I think, where I was introduced to Florence Pugh. No, that's not true. She was also in Little Women, wasn't she? Who was all in Little Women? That's my friend Catherine's favorite movie, or one of them at least. Little Women. This came out in 2000. Oh, okay. So Lady Bird was first. When did Lady Bird come out? 2017. So yeah, Saoirse Ronan. That was like the first I saw of her. Little Women has Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, Florence Pugh, Laura Dern. I didn't know she was in it. I'm gonna watch it now. Timothy Chalamet, Bob Odenkirk, Meryl Streep. What? Huh. Okay. Anyway, this Midsummer is supposed to be like it's like a daytime thriller, it's a scary movie, but it's like all filmed during the day. Let's just look it up. This is probably a scary movie I could do. Like if it's not dark, I don't mind it, but it says a couple travels to Northern Europe to visit a rural hometown's fabled Swedish Midsummer Festival. What begins as an idyllic retreat quickly devolves into an increasingly violent and bizarre competition at the hands of a pagan cult. Interesting. Who is the guy in it? Oh, Jack Rayner. He was in... Oh, Will Poulter's in it too. Eyebrows from Meet the Millers. Jack Rayner. He's from something. I just can't tell you what yet. Transformers: Age of Extinction. Anybody? Yeah, I don't really know how to explain this guy, but he's like one, if you saw him, you would know who he was. But we're not going to get into that today. Okay, the next one, The Witch. I also absolutely hated this movie. I just hate this time period. I don't like, what is that? Are they is it a religion or is it a way of being? Quakers? I just don't like that. I don't like the Pilgrim times. I don't like any of that time period. I just don't like, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to do. They all have dirt floors and they live in a one-room cabin and that's it. Sorry, I just don't like that time period. So that's probably one of the reasons I didn't like this movie. Also, it wasn't as scary as people claim it to be. I saw it in theaters. This is also, though, where I was introduced to Anya Taylor-Joy. Now, I wonder if she was in something else before this. Anya Taylor-Joy, maybe it wasn't this. Maybe it was Split. Remember those movies? Let's see. I love her. Speaking of her, she's in Super Mario. She's Princess Peach. They also, oh, that's a spoiler. This is a spoiler for Super Mario if you don't want to hear it. Close your ears or turn on the volume for 10 seconds. At the end of the Super Mario movie, they have two end scenes. So one at the very end and then one after the credits. And the very last credit one, they introduce Princess Daisy. Okay, yes. So she was in The Vampire Academy. Don't know what that is. Endeavor, and then The Witch. That was what she was, Anya Taylor-Joy. And then she's in Morgan. I forgot about that movie. Morgan, and then Split in 2016. And then she kind of just like blew up from there. Anyway, The Witch is about I guess technically a witch. I just remember a goat being in it. Anyway, it's not my favorite. Minari, I don't know this movie. A deeply moving American dream story that earned critical acclaim and several Oscar nominations. Past Lives, I don't know this one either. Quiet romantic drama that became an instant classic for its portrayal of what ifs and destiny. And this one, Heretic 2024, a psychological thriller starring Hugh Jackman, which that's not correct. Hugh Grant is who's in it, that performed exponentially well with both critics and box office last year. I hope you guys are interested in this because we've been going for like 45 minutes and we've done like 3 topics. Let's see. 2 young religious women are drawn into a game of cat and mouse in the house of a strange. The only one I know in this is Hugh Grant. Topher Grace is in this? I didn't know that. Topher Grace is from That 70s Show. Now, That 70s Show I really couldn't get into. Like, I'll watch it if it's on. My sister loves it. She watches it all the time, but that was one that didn't hook me. It couldn't get into me. That one and Seinfeld and How I Met Your Mother, I was not interested in those. Now, Friends, I could watch Friends all day long. Okay, now let's talk about the benefits of being an A24 member. I feel like I'm like a sponsor for them. I'm not. Me with my 2 views. Let's see. The A24 membership, known as the Triple A24, is priced at $9.99 a month or $99 a year. I wonder if they're doing the Triple A for like a play on words of the AAA membership, you know. It offers a mix of digital perks, physical goods, and theater benefits. Core benefits: 1 free ticket to every A24 movie during its opening weekend nationwide. This can be redeemed at participating theaters, including AMC, Regal, and Alamo Drafthouse. I don't know why they're not partnered with Cinemark, but AMC is the biggest theater chain. But if you're in Utah, it wouldn't seem that way because there's only 3 of them. There's one in Provo, there's one in West Jordan, and there's one in Layton. And I actually don't mind the one in Provo. It's kind of like tucked back in the Riverwoods. It's old. I mean, it needs a lot of work. But Cinemark is the main star in Utah for sure. You get a $5 credit deposited into your account every 30 days. These credits can be used for merchandise in the A24 shop or film rentals / purchases on the A24 app. I didn't know they had an app, so I must get that app. But there's a maximum limit of $25 you can have. So you have to, the money can roll over, but you have to spend it when it hits $25. A free gift from a curated selection on your birthday. You typically have 7 days to redeem it. Recent options have included merchandise or even $25 gift cards. A physical copy of the A24 zine shipped to your door quarterly 4 times a year, and then a 10% discount on most items. They also have early access members get free dibs on limited edition merchandise drops and close friend status on Instagram for behind the scenes content. That's why they wanted my Instagram. Member only products, access to exclusive items and apparel that are not available to the general public, full access to every extra ever, including director commentaries and bonus features, opportunities for special screenings, scratch off lottery tickets for prizes, and concierge customer service. And new members receive a physical welcome pack containing the latest zine, stickers, and a membership pin, which mine is currently in the mail on the way here. Okay, what else? The Summer I Turned Pretty. I forgot they were doing a movie, and it is coming probably next year, I would think, because they're not even starting to film it until April 27th of this year. That is one I want to watch because it has such a cult following and such a, I don't know. It reminds me of my friend Mallory watches it, and we had just moved into our apartment and it was summertime. And it just reminded me of like going in during the middle of the day in the summer, like the summer heat, and watching it. I actually fell asleep 5 minutes in, but I liked what I saw. And it's, like those air conditioned naps. My grandparents' house was the best for this. They had the best air conditioning in the whole world, and it made the perfect sound, the perfect hum. And they had this old fireplace, and back in the day, I don't know how to explain it. It would suck cold air from the bottom, maybe the top, and then really go up through the fireplace and then release the hot air through the top vent. But somehow their air conditioning and heater was vented into the fireplace so that it would literally come out of the bricks. And taking naps in the summertime in that house was the best. It was so good. Oh, anyway, that's what the Summer I Turned Pretty reminds me of. Just summer naps in an air conditioned house. Okay, Kim Kardashian, she has donated, I think, all of the wardrobe she wore for All's Fair, which is crazy because it's all archival couture, which if you're unaware what that is, that's like custom made high fashion. But she's donating all of it and all the proceeds go to the LA Legal Fund. Kim Kardashian to auction off All's Fair wardrobe. Okay, here we go. All's Fair wardrobe to fund free legal services for women. In the Hulu show All's Fair, Kim Kardashian plays a powerhouse divorce attorney who sees firsthand how the legal system can either empower women or leave them behind, as she puts it. Now the star is bringing that influence to the real world. Kardashian will be auctioning off looks from the All's Fair Season 1 to make the price for justice barrier more affordable. The auction begins Friday, March 27th at 9 a.m. through Sunday, March 29th, so it's over now, at midnight on Kardashian Closet, with 100% of the net sales going directly to the Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles to fund their free legal services for women who are fighting for their safety, their children, and their futures. On Twitter, she wrote, "The right to a lawyer shouldn't depend on the balance of your bank account. For many women, legal aid is the only bridge to a restraining order or fair custody agreement or the chance to rebuild their life from scratch. Supporting survivors means more than just helping them leave. It means ensuring their justice system recognizes the reality of the abuse. We are making sure that justice for all actually means all." This weekend, Kim Kardashian sold 24 outfits she wore in the first season of Hulu's star-studded drama All's Fair. Another fur-trimmed archival John Galliano set that Kardashian wore to the All's Fair press event last October stole the show, though selling for $100,000 against an initial asking of $49,000. At one point, however, unauthorized bidders spammed the lot, driving the price up to $80 million, sparking news headlines and social media debates before the glitch could be amended. So it was just people being stupid. But that would still be cool if someone bought that. That's a lot of money. They raised $247,000. That's good. I love when rich people do good with their money. This one is interesting because I was reading a magazine article with them, and it's a couple months old at this point. But in it, they talk about like having kids, and it's Taylor Lautner and Taylor Lautner, if you're unaware. They have the same name. And they were asked about having kids, and they're like, we actually haven't ever talked about it. We're not putting stress on it. We haven't been quote unquote trying, but just like when the time comes, we hope it works out. And then like 3 days later, it said Taylor Lautner and Taylor Lautner are expecting their first child together. Congratulations to them. For those that don't know, Taylor Lautner married his fiance, girlfriend, whatever. I think it was last year or the year before. And her name was also Taylor. And how they met is crazy. It was a friend. Was it a friend of a friend? I can't remember. I think it was her cousin is friends with Taylor Lautner. And she invited him to a game night. And she made sure that her cousin Taylor would be there because she's like, I just know you guys are a perfect match. And she was right. They ended up like hitting it off like crazy and ended up getting married. And so like she's a nurse, she has a nursing license, and she says she keeps it valid, keeps it active because she would like to be able to go back to that someday. But I mean, she's married to Taylor Lautner now, so it's kind of like truly like a Cinderella story. Like she wasn't like a poor pauper, but you know what I mean. Celine Dion is going to have a residency in Paris, which I am so happy for her. Celine Dion, Paris, 2026. I think it's 10 shows. Early access. Register until April 2nd. That is tomorrow for me. I'm wondering Saturday, Wednesday. Yeah, there's only a select few, but I hope this means that she's feeling better. She's feeling well enough to be able to perform because I saw Celine Dion documentary. I saw a clip of a documentary, her documentary. Maybe it's already been passed, but she suffers from stiff person syndrome, and she's like it doesn't get a lot of attention because it's not a very widely common illness, but people that do suffer with it like suffer majorly. And there was a scene in it where she's like having a spasm or whatever, and she chose to keep it in to show people like what she deals with on a not a daily basis, but just like how she's coping with this. And this is the reason she has had to cancel so many shows, so many residents. I think she was supposed to go back to Vegas. She had to cancel that. So I hope this means that she is feeling good and well enough to be able to sing again because she truly is just like such a great person. When we were there at the Katy Perry, her last show in Vegas, Celine Dion was there, and she was having the time of her life. She was dancing and singing and jumping, and she was just so fun. And if you watch her, she's funny, she's nice, she's just I don't know, down to earth. Like that quote she says, she's like, "There's not a shoe that I love that won't fit. Like I will make any shoe fit my foot if I love it more. If I love it enough, I will make it fit." Benson Boone is going on tour again. This is like the third year in a row. Boone, what is it called? Something about a man tour. Benson Boone has announced a 32-date Wanted Man tour for summer 2026, launching July 7th in Pittsburgh. The arena tour will feature major stops from Brooklyn, Los Angeles, Seattle, Denver, and Dallas. It is interesting though, like there's no Salt Lake, and he lives in Utah. So I thought that was interesting. He's playing in Casper, Wyoming though. Maybe Jeffree Star will show up. I'm thinking this would be the like their what am I trying to say county fair. I'm thinking that's what will be for the Casper, Wyoming, because who goes to Casper, Wyoming? But I wonder if this means that he has a um oh okay, so there's not technically a new album coming out. It says the tour follows the conclusion of his American Heart tour earlier in 2026. Tickets for the arena tour are expected to be in high demand with premium options available. So I don't know, maybe there's a new album coming out. So far, there's no word of an album, but I would imagine something is coming soon. This one, I wish I could go to this, honestly. Tana and Trisha Paytas, Tana Mojo and Trisha Paytas, have a one night only in Las Vegas. It's June 12th. This is Tana Mojo and Trisha Paytas, Viva Las Vegas. Tana Mojo's from Las Vegas and she loves it. I also love Vegas. Who was I with the other day and they did not like Vegas? I'm like, that is a shame. That is a true shame. Vegas is amazing. About this event, don't miss the Tana Mojo and Trisha Paytas at the Chelsea at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, Friday, June 12th. Tana's banned from, I think it's The Win. I think it's where she's banned from. And she's like, I know I should be banned. I know why. But she's like, I'm a changed woman. Please let me in. Because apparently they have like the best buffet or the best, one of her favorite restaurants is in there and she's not able to go. I don't know what exactly they're going to be doing at this event, but it's on Friday, June 12th in Las Vegas if you're curious. I would love to go to that. That'd be so fun. I kind of wish I would have went to the Trisha Eras tour. What did she call it? The Era? What was the name of her tour? Anyway, Lamar Odom has a documentary on Netflix right now. Odom documentary. And I was curious. I was like, I wonder if Chloe's going to be a part of this. And then a few seconds later in the clip I was watching, there she was. It says, Untold, the Death and Life of Lamar Odom is a Netflix documentary detailing the NBA star's rise, tabloid fame, and near-fatal 2015 drug overdose. It features candid interviews with Odom and Khloe Kardashian covering his survival from 12 strokes, 12, that's crazy, 6 heart attacks, and a journey through addiction. Yeah, that could be interesting to see. The way Khloe handled herself through that whole thing is crazy. And how she like called off the divorce or held up the divorce so that she was able to like see his medical records and help him and get him back on his feet. And to think that he just kept screwing her over is crazy. I was listening to her podcast today. I kind of forget because it's one of those ones that they do seasons of it. And so it takes a break. And if that happens, I kind of forget about things. I'm gonna be honest with you. But that's a good one to listen to. She has really good guests, and she does like celebrities. She does normal, like she has like scientists on there that talk about like aliens and like dreams. She does Ask Me Anything, where it's fans send in questions. Oh, I want to talk about this actually because there was speculation. I think we talked about this a couple months ago that she was no longer part of Good American, and I didn't know. I didn't know this. I thought she was just like the face of it, but no, she is the owner of it, or co-owner, or owner, or whatever. Because someone said, what is your current standing with Good American?" And that is the denim company that she owns, apparently. And she said, "Everything's fine. Everything's good. I still am owner. I am co-founder of it, but it's just doing so well that I felt like I could take a step back and just let it do its own thing." Like, she obviously was the face of it for a while, like getting it going and getting people interested in it. And she's like, "It's doing so well that I don't need to be a part of like the face of it right now." So that's it's interesting because apparently it said that she had taken it out of her bio, or it was out of Emma Greed's bio, who is also the co-founder of it. I don't know. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Cardi B also has a new business. She was on Emma Greed, her podcast Aspire, and it is called Good Grow Good. Cardi B is launching a hair care line, Grow Good Beauty, officially releasing in April 2026, which focuses on repairing, strengthening, and promoting natural hair growth, inspired for her own journey to repair damage and maintain thick, long hair. The line features products derived from her personal kitchen tested recipes. She kept saying that. She's like, "I want everyone to know that this product was tested on my own head. Like, I took one for the team and tested out all these products. Like, so I stand by it." One thing about her, she will pre-sale is sold out. That is crazy. We'll be back in stock April 15th. Now sometimes they do this. They like say it's sold out. They only did like a certain quantity, so they could say it's sold out. Um, should we see what they have? Oh, okay. So they have shampoo, conditioner, serum, and a mask. Wash cycle, soft serve, wash cycle plus, soft serve plus. I don't know what that all means. How much is it? Oh, it's not bad. Wonder. So as of right now, you can only buy it online, but it's sold out, obviously. But the shampoo is only $15 compared to Sacred, which is like a lot more than that. But you can buy Sacred in stores. They also have a everything serum, a multi-function powerhouse, a serum for every reason. What it does: add shine to a blowout, smooth and air dry, protect hair from hot tools, mix into a leave-in, calm frizz, define ends, and one serum does it all. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in this, but it looks like it's all like normal stuff. It's all like natural stuff. Anyway, it's interesting. If you're wanting a new hair care line to try, what is this one? Hydrating mask, inspired by DIY real food hair masks and boosted by innovative ingredients. Nutrient dense, repairs damage, helps retain longer and healthier hair. I love how it looks like a takeout box. I think that's so funny. Okay, so Heather Gay, we talked about this her book last week. She has a new book called Eternal Glow. Yeah. But apparently this movie or this book is a ripoff of another book. Not the story necessarily. I guess I haven't looked into that, but the cover, it's like the same exact cover, you guys. It's like this just to me shows you, or this screams AI. This screams like they put in this information what they wanted to see, like woman looking into a handheld mirror, red lips, whatever, and it brought this out because it says Ruthless Women, the book of 2021, the Daily Mirror, Melanie Blake. So that book's 5 years old. Anyway, I don't know if they'll end up changing it or what, but I don't know. They probably have started printing it, so I imagine it might be too late. I don't know if fans are the ones that found this, or if the author of the other book was like, "Hey, what's going on?" But yeah, so they have added more people to the cast of White Lotus. The the two I know right now are Rosie Perez, and I loved her from The Flight Attendant on HBO Max. She's obviously been in a lot more than that, but that's what I know her from. And Heather Graham. Heather Graham is from, what I know her from is Austin Powers, the second one. I'm pretty sure it's the second one. She's also in that new movie I watched last week called They Will Kill You. Yeah, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Felicity Shagwell is her name. She will always be that character to me. That's like always, every time I see her, that'll be who I see. She's also in The Hangover. She's the one that has the baby. And that, what's his name? Doug? Is it Doug? Yeah, she's the one that Doug marries or whatever. Anyway, exciting. That means they haven't started filming yet, which worries me. That means we'll probably see White Lotus next year. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Oh, I want to talk about this too. Okay, so I was listening to so it used to be the his and her podcast, but it's now called the Bostics. Lauren and Michael Bostic. Anyway, they own Dear Media. So if you're listening to a podcast and you hear this is a Dear Media production, they own it. So that's who it is. And Lauren is like a big influencer, blogger, lady who has a whole brand or whatever. I actually like them. A lot of people think they're controversial. Like they have guests on there that people do not like. They had Robert Kennedy on last week, I think. They've had Tommy Lauren on. They have all kinds of people on, and it ruffles a lot of feathers. But like theirs is one I consistently listen to. But they had Kyle Richards on. Kyle Richards is from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's like one of the longest cast members, and she's been on since the beginning of Beverly Hills. Like there's very few, if any, other housewives that have been on since the beginning and been going this long. But her and her husband own a real estate company called The Agency, and I thought it was just like maybe they had one in Miami and one in LA, but she's like we have over 150 offices. I'm like, what? That's crazy. I am not kidding you. So, if, all my Utah people, I was driving through Nephi, Utah, and I saw a billboard. I wonder where other locations are. I was driving through Nephi. I saw a billboard. It said, "The Agency, Nephi, Utah." I was like, "There's no way. It exists. They just opened one up in Nephi, Utah." Should I? I've always thought about getting my real estate license. Like that's always been something that's been in the back of my mind, and I've been told a lot of times that I'd be a good realtor. But now I'm like, should I become a realtor and work for the agency? And this will be my way to get to Kyle Richards. Like, can you imagine living and owning real estate in Nephi? It's like it says, what does it say? Luxury homes for sale or rent. There's not that many in Nephi, just FYI, but yeah, I think that is so interesting. That is so, I love that. Should I join this, you guys? Should I get my real estate license and go and work for them? I think that is, what are the odds? What are the odds too? Not even that I was just thinking about it, but that I was listening to her as I was driving past the billboard. I don't know. That, maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's like a sign from the universe that that's what I should be doing. Anyway, I think that's it for me. As of next week, there will be a new house tour music video. House Tour is one of the best songs Sabrina Carpenter has. It's on her newest album, Man's Best Friend, and it's going to have Sabrina. Yeah, obviously, it's going to have Sabrina Carpenter in it, and Madeline Klein from Outer Banks, and Margaret Qualley from The Substance, and what else is she from? Other things too. But I love all of them, so that'll be that. Anyway, if you're still with me, please subscribe on YouTube. Please like the video, and if you're not following on Spotify or whatever, please follow, review. I think I had my episodes mixed up because I think this is episode 134, I'm pretty sure. But I said episode 132 twice, I think. Anyway, I totally forgot about this. My show and tell. I actually forgot that I bought this. Where's my scissors? Okay, I'll just use this key. I got an email the other day and it said, Kesha vinyl has shipped. I'm like, what? And I had to go back and look at when I bought this. I bought this in November of last year. And it's the 10th anniversary, I think, of Cannibal. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be signed, but I don't think it is. Anyway, look how, like, what do they call that? What is that? What is that called? What is that called when it does that weird thing? Iridescent. Anyway, if you're watching, you can see all the rainbows on this or whatever. But I love this album. This was back when I was in high school, and I didn't understand how album cycles worked. They're a lot different nowadays. They're not nearly as long, just because we have the attention span of rats. But album cycles used to go on for a long, long time. This is really pretty. I love this. And I just thought that artists would release like music whenever. Like they would just like, I didn't understand the concept of an album. And they would just release songs. And I'm like, wow, they keep releasing good songs. Like they're just like doing great. And this is one of those albums. This has Cannibal on it. This has We Are Who We Are, Blow, Crazy Beautiful Life. That song, that's a great song. Crazy Beautiful Life. See you next Tuesday. This also it has the original on it. Your Love Is My Drug, TikTok, Take It Off, Kiss and Tell, Blah Blah Blah, featuring 303, Party at a Rich Dude's House, Party at a Rich Dude's House. Also Blind, When I worked at Buckle for not very long, they had a radio that played overhead, and this song was playing. I'm like, I can tell this is Kesha, but I don't know what song this is. And I went back to the the radio and saw it, and it was Blind, and I loved it. So anyway, this is like, I'm very happy with this purchase. Very well done. I don't know if it was supposed to be signed. If it was, it's not, but don't be too picky. What else is in here? Can't believe I almost forgot to show you guys this. Anyway, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. And scene.